टीम्स के हार्डवर्क से और आप सभी के सहयोग से नई दिल्ली G20 लीडर्स समिट डिक्लेरेशन पर सहमति बनी है। मेरा प्रस्ताव है कि इस लीडर्स डिक्लेरेशन को भी एडॉप्ट किया जाए। मैं इस डिक्लेरेशन को एडॉप्ट करने की घोषणा करता हूं। इस अवसर पर मैं हमारे मंत्रीगण, शेरपा और सभी अधिकारियों का हृदय से अभिनंदन करता हूं, जिन्होंने अथाक परिश्रम करके इसे सार्थक किया है।
The crowning moment of the G20 Summit in Delhi. The New Delhi Leaders Summit Declaration was adopted as members of the G20 arrived at 100% consensus. Despite deep divisions within the grouping over the wording on the Ukraine war, India managed to deftly sail through the storm with textbook diplomacy. The joint statement referred to the war in Ukraine and not the war against Ukraine.
Considerable time was spent, especially in the last few days, in regard to geopolitical issues, which really centered around the war in Ukraine. The question who helped, eventually everybody helped because everybody came together for the consensus. But I think if Sherpa would bear me out, I think the emerging markets took a particular lead on this, and many of us have a strong history of working together. Bear in mind that actually you have 4 developing countries in succession as G20 presidency: Indonesia, us, Brazil and South Africa. So, but I would say, rather than who helped, the point to be recognized is that a common landing point was ultimately fashioned out.
The other big headline was the launch of the India-Middle East-Europe Connectivity Corridor. It will link data, railways, ports, electricity networks and hydrogen pipelines across the 3 regions and is a clear counter to China's Belt and Road Initiative.
This is a real big deal. And I want to thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. One Earth, one family, one future. That's the focus of this G20 Summit. And in many ways, it's also the focus of this partnership that we're talking about today. Building sustainable, resilient infrastructure, making quality infrastructure investments, and creating a better future. A future that presents greater opportunity, dignity, and prosperity for everyone. Last year, we came together as one to commit to this vision. And this afternoon, I want to highlight the key ways in which the United States and our partners are working to make this a reality. Economic corridors. You're going to hear that phrase more than once, I expect, over the next decade. Economic corridors. As we work to address infrastructure gaps across low and middle-income countries, we need to maximize the impact of our investments. That's why a few months ago I announced that the United States will work with our partners to invest in economic corridors.
India also fulfilled its promise as the voice of the Global South by ensuring that the African Union becomes a permanent member of the G20.
आप सबकी सहमति से आगे की कार्रवाई शुरू करने से पहले मैं अफ्रीकन यूनियन के अध्यक्ष को G20 के स्थायी सदस्य के रूप में अपना स्थान ग्रहण करने के लिए आमंत्रित करता हूं।
Ever since India took over the G20 presidency in December 2022, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas was taken around the world, and it is this very model that has helped make the G20 Summit in Delhi a resounding success.